3-hour design challenge. This packaging here.
Of course, we think it can be better.
Yeah, see where the 3 hour takes me.
Shrink wrap! Okay, so how about we pick which ones that we think the two to work up to bring to life. And rather than us deciding, like me deciding on which one, that the input from Marilyn and actually deciding together is really important, and that's how definitely you get the best work. I'll first take you through what I think this is too complicated, if you would agree or not. I think this works pretty well, possibly. You know, the price point it's not a super expensive product.
It's not.
And I want to appeal to mass market as well. So maybe is it, you know, a more functional approach actually makes it less offensive to people and just more appealing to the mass market. Could be something in half functional, like that's actually a bit of a evolution, but you're just bringing a dog into it. So, what do you think?
I was actually gravitated towards this design just because I thought that there's an interesting integration overall about this main pooch character with the branding. It could probably work in reverse though, so I would put the character here and then you have your logo and then your flavor here.
Why would you do that? Why would you?
Because I feel like in this orientation, I see chicken first. I read chicken first and then the burp. So it should be flipped. So you would go with burp and then moving on from burp, your eyes naturally go from right to left. Then you read chicken and then you see the window. I think this one's quite interesting as well, just because it's really structured. It's really easy to navigate through the pack. I think with this one is, I think unfortunately I lose the expression of the burp. I mean, it's very nicely structured as well, but
yeah,
I don't feel
agreed.
it. This one is nice. I like how this horizon line mimics the smile line. So let's keep that in mind. Of redundant material here. Let's just see. Right, so what are your thoughts?
Nice idea with the type, but I think it's probably too far away from where they are. If we're thinking of a redesign, and maybe there is some equity in how it looks now, you don't want to lose customers that you already have. So maybe that's a bit too progressive.
This one,
yeah, that type. Maybe this one. I think having a bowl doesn't make it feel like treats anymore. That's probably my biggest issue. I would see it as dog food. Again, I think with the bowl, it feels like dog food.
So we have these three, and then we have more of the full face. So the way I see it is that yours take on more of a realistic use.
Yeah, I say that as real photography.
Yeah, real photography.
Where this is real graphic.
So in summary, we have discussed and shortlisted our preferred design options. And yes, so Shaun, would you like to take me through your thoughts?
From your sketches, I'm definitely gravitating to these two. From a real graphic perspective. I do like the dog kind of here, but I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just this is graphic and then this is like using a real giant dog.
It is a sketch in the end. So this could work as a window, right?
Yeah, but I think one thing that's interesting is when I see all of these, I see them as all graphic. Like even this, I think you probably thought it was going to be like graphic, right? Yeah. So it might be good to have two designs. Say for instance, we were taking two designs to the client, showing them one graphic direction and one realistic direction. Yeah. So in my view, I think you are either this or this.
Okay.
What do you think?
My personal favorite would be this one, just because I see it better in my head and how I'm going to execute it.
One thing I'm worried about this is It's almost like the dog's about to eat the chicken. It's like you're putting a chicken on there that the dog's gonna eat. I don't know. I know that's probably thinking about it too much. And maybe a window and 2 speech bubbles is complicated.
Yeah, I think so. So let's go.
I think there's something in having a functional, like if you're looking at this, right? This is quite functional here. So keeping that functional, you know, it's not a super premium product. It's something that's very important because sometimes you can design things that's way above, like people will think, wow, it's changed so much, it must be expensive. And then gone, your customer's gone. So not to say I'm going to make it cheap, but it's more of an evolutionary. And then we've got this one that's probably more revolutionary in a more graphic, bold sense in this. You know, maybe I might find that depends on the photography style even.
So finally, we have discussed and shortlisted to these 2 final designs. So we now have given ourselves another 1.5 hours to work these up. And I think just have fun, you know, just see how much we can push the designs. And whether it's realistic or not, see where we get to.
Yeah.
Right. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. So 1.5 hours have elapsed. We are back.
Literally 1.5 hours, right?
Yeah.
yeah. It's pretty to the mark. So how did you go?
Oh man, it was intense.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty disheveled.
Yeah, I mean, when you start to work up the sketch, looking for, you know, reference, what image you're going to use, what font, what color. Actually, the time just like goes really quickly. I'll go first.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so just to recap, this is the current burp, and my sketch was this one, which we will put there somewhere. So I guess let's just do the big reveal.
I'm gonna close my eyes.
Close your eyes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Wow. I gotta say, I'm really impressed in what you can do within 1.5 hours.
Yeah, so it's the way I approached it. First, I mean, from when I first started, looks obviously different. But even within that short time, it's changing fonts, changing things around. So first actually I started with the kind of the sectioning of information, and then sectioning the chicken in a variant color as well, getting some tone of voice in there with the super yummy like RTBs. Like there's a lot of competitors on the shelf, right? So why should I pick this treat? No window here. I feel like actually showing a visual of the treat, especially on that colored background, makes it feel more contemporary. So coming back to that hierarchy, it's like, you know, the big visual to draw you in. The brand is really clear from color and style. You got the varianting, and then you've got all the information. So very clear section hierarchy.
So now my question is for you, what do you feel was, in the time given, what do you feel like you wish you would have accomplished?
Well, the product visual was like really quickly comped. Of course, the branding could have been more crafted, but I see the potential. I mean, if you put another, you know, a day into this, you know, from where it's at now, you could completely transform it. So just a lot of details, but I think, you know, from a quick exercise, it kind of shows, you know, how it can, you know, evolve from, you know, this to this, just from a completely different style.
I mean, definitely I see a lot more emotional connection just because there's a bulldog.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah. Right.
Your turn.
All right, close your eyes. Just to remind everyone, this is where we're at with the second option, with my concept. Close your eyes.
Drum roll.
No peeking. 3, 2, 1.
Interesting. Wow. Not what I was expecting, actually.
Really? Not what I was expecting either. Anyways, let me just give a quick breakdown. So I think we have accomplished the mouth area with the really like wide smile and the speech bubble coming out. The burp, brand mark, I wanted to try something that looks a lot more like disorientated and more expressive. And then, there's a window, which thankfully I think I've kind of managed to execute. And yeah, just dividing all the information, making it clean, and having a seal of satisfaction guaranteed. So previously they have this gold color, which, is their kind of like way of saying, oh, this is premium. But I ended up using that for the whole body of the packaging, but it also doubles up as the dog's kind of fur color. And so how it would change from variant to variant would be in the color strip itself. And yeah, so that's that.
Wow, I'm surprised of the color selection, actually.
The dull, actually, the dirty.
I don't know, if you're seeing more of a natural look, you could have that brown paper kind of texture even. I think the window in there is kind of clever. It almost looks like another smile. The choice of typography for burp is also quite interesting. I think for sure this gives the burp messaging and speech bubble a nice extension into, okay, so that could be burp for a dog, it could be for a cat, it could be a burp for anything. So you could build a really nice language. Yeah, just having a nice sectioning of the hierarchy, I think is really nice. And from looking at the current, it still has that centered approach, so you can see that transition. But of course, it looks like definitely a more modern and more thought out. Yeah, it's cool. Wow, very, very different. Yeah, you can see how this exercise, if you're delivering to the client, they've just got two completely different packs, and that come from two of the sketches. And even from the sketches, you can't really see the graphic vision. That's why you generally will put references with sketches for what the designer has in mind for that sketch. But you can see from our pack design, we're actually quite different in the style, I think, for sure. And maybe that's down to personal approach and the color as well. I think I can't stay away from vibrant, extreme colors.
You love your purples.
Yeah.
Sure. And realistically, when we come to the client, we would do something from evolutionary to revolutionary. So, we don't scare the client producing something so different. But I think looking at this, I feel like my pack is a lot more evolutionary, just because with the word mark, I kind of maintain the outline, whereas yours bring it even further to the color exploration and the expression. Yeah.
But I think the photography has a lot to do with that. I think as soon as you go from this and put a photography, especially with that tonal kind of color.
I think both are quite successful. I think I'm happy with mine. Are you happy with yours?
I'm happy. I think for
with
an hour and a half.
Exactly.
Well, 3 hour.
Yeah, it is still an interesting approach to the how the current pack looks.
Yeah. So now we need you to vote. In the comments, we really want to hear from you which pack you prefer, maybe some comments why you like it, why you don't like it. Don't worry, you're not going to offend us at all. We've heard all types of feedback before in our career, so everything is constructive. But yeah, we want to hear what your thoughts are, from the sketch to the working it up, and just everything in the 3-hour challenge that it was.
As usual, don't forget to like it, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're always in the loop for more shrink wrap videos where we shrink big insights and wrap it all up for you.
Yes.
And until next time, thanks for watching. Shrink wrap!